Why sarcastic teens are the smartest. Sarcasm requires more brain power than literal statements. It takes years for a child's brain to grasp and master it. It's a sign of maturity and creativity. Comprehension of sarcasm takes root in childhood. Children under 5 take statements literally. In a study, children were shown some sketches with puppets. A puppet named Jane is trying to paint a rose. Jane makes a horrible mess.
"You're an awesome painter,"
says another puppet, Bob. Later, Jane is weeding the garden and she does the job quickly.
"You're an awful gardener,"
says Bob. Children under 5 perceive these words literally. Some of them think that Bob is simply lying. Kids' home environment determines their sense of sarcasm. If parents use sarcasm, children are more likely to develop it as well. Understanding sarcasm is a two-step process. 1. Understanding the actual belief of the speaker. 2. Understanding how they want others to interpret their words. Kids under 7 find it hard to hold two opposing ideas in mind. They need to grasp the context of social situations. They need to master vocabulary and grammar. Learning to pick up on subtle vocal cues is also important. A sense of sarcasm can develop when all these abilities are put together. Understanding of sarcasm as a form of teasing comes around age 10. By the time they are teens, they have honed the skill. Now they enjoy testing its effects on others. One study gave fMRI scans to people reading statements. Some of the statements were meant to be gently ironic. Others were used as sarcastic criticism. The author of the experiment says,
"It's more challenging to work out whether they're trying to either be mean or funny."
Sarcasm intensified activity in language processing networks of the brain. It also activated brain regions involved in humor. This mental workout comes with its benefits. Sarcasm is linked to creative thinking. There's a famous cognitive test known as the candle problem. Participants are handed a candle, a pack of matches, and a box of tacks. They have to attach the candle to the wall. The candle must burn without dripping wax. The correct solution is to empty the box of tacks and pin it to the wall. The box would hold the candle and collect wax. One needs to think laterally about the functions of each object. In one study, the participants were asked to remember their initial interactions. Some were asked to remember a sarcastic exchange. Others had to think of a sincere or neutral conversation. Then they embarked on solving the problem. Amazingly, the sarcastic memories doubled the success rate from 30 to 60%. As a form of humor, sarcasm may help us deal with stress. It helps us vent negative emotions when we're feeling down. A study found that depressed people grew more sarcastic during the pandemic. This might reflect their coping mechanism, but the primary motivation of sarcasm is to add color to speech. Sarcasm can soften the blows of our insults. It adds a playful tease to a compliment. A British psycholinguist offers a course to develop sarcastic irony in kids. 5-year-olds read from a storybook called Sydney Gets Sarcastic. It has multiple examples of sarcasm and explains why it's used. Kids who have read the stories were given a test. They found it easier to detect sarcastic statements.
"Sarcasm is the lowest form of wit, but the highest form of intelligence."
Oscar Wilde. So your teen's love of sarcasm is a milestone to celebrate.